Free mini read time. Okay, I love this challenge because it is a very common one. So we'll talk about it in two parts. Firstly, also the collectively, and then what's specifically going on for this person. So, not being able to break free from debt. There is something called a debt projection or debt field or debt frequency, whatever name you want to give it. Basically, it's something in your energy field that makes you a match for that. So often people will save to pay off their debt, and that will be their main focus, which is completely backwards. By the way, that is not the way to get free of debt. We will be going deep into this in the 3-part series. Nicole and I are very excited to actually help you clear this frequency from your field and step into an abundance frequency and have that as your energy field. So that's what you magnetize. However, okay, so basically in simple form, what you are projecting out is the intention that you're unconsciously or consciously, but usually unconsciously holding. This is the electromagnetic charge. This holds our thoughts, our actions and behaviors are also help code this, but they are typically a result of our thoughts, which are a result of our somatic body and our energy field, which creates our thoughts. More on that later, which is why somatics is the key, not just rewiring your conscious mind. Okay, so we got to go deeper than the conscious mind and even deeper than just the subconscious mind. We got to go into the body to shift the actual field that is creating your reality. So when people just save to pay off debt, or if they manifest a large sum of money and then they're back at the same debt, it's because that is energetically your minimum standard. Now, we don't consciously create this. Jill, how are they created? They are created from the programs that were installed in you from age 0 to 7 that repeat until you consciously shift them from your body, somatic work, aka what we're doing in the 3-part series. It is the missing key to manifestation, to abundance, to all the mindset work is great, but if you don't got the somatics and the trauma healing that created that perception of the world, that belief system which lies in your body, not just in your mind, tripping over a dog bone, then nothing's gonna shift till you shift your field, aka the somatic work, and then the energy coding as well. So I'm looking into this person's field specifically. There's a number of things that are going on that resulted in her not being able to get a debt yet. Okay, so looking in, there is a deep lack of self-respect for this person. How are they correlated? They are directly correlated because when something is appearing in one area, it is always linked to another area and the reflection appears in a different area of life. So we have to deal with both to get to the root cause. Okay, so this person has a deep disrespect for themselves because of a trauma, age 4.5, almost 5. And so something happened where, I'm clocking it with mom, they were taught that their body, their vessel wasn't sacred, not to take care of it. And so they've been repeating a pattern of disrespecting their body and their vessel and looking for trying to get external validation in other things, trying to find safety. They have no safety in their body right now, almost. Okay, so because they don't feel safe in their body and they haven't felt safe in their body, we live in an inside-out world. So that unsafety gets projected from their body, their field, into reality. What is the equivalent of that, specifically for this person? It's creating a debt field. Now, there's also a ton of hidden resentment that this person is feeling, towards themselves for not honoring their vessel. How do you honor your vessel? Well, firstly, you have to create a beautiful relationship with your body, and then you have to take physical actions to reinforce that in your field. What can that look like? Exercise, eating healthy. I don't know, the whole freaking detox that Jill went on was what a crazy idea. It did help a lot though. So things like this. The reason this person hasn't been able to fully do that and that they're creating this debt field and disrespect. So the wound has been running the show, and they have been doing things to try and cover up the wound, aka buying things that are not an investment, that it's going to give them a dopamine hit in the moment. Also, they have this pattern, specifically with what they're putting in their body. Again, dopamine hit in the moment instead of that deep nourishing. That there's a massive difference between spending and investing. Secondly, the not feeling safe again with money is because they don't feel safe in their body. So these are directly correlated. Why they don't feel safe with money, they feel like they need to get rid of it. And not only do they need to get rid of what they have, but they need to get rid of more, aka debt. So the wound beneath all of this is holding the thought constructs, which is not what needs to be shifted for their reality to actually shift. This is the deep somatic work that in Nicole and I's 3-part series on true financial liberation. It is super important for you guys to understand that unless the debt field, that frequency that somebody's emitting, which is created from a wound, always different wounds. I just noted what this person's wound was. Everyone's is going to be different. But the energy creates the matter, okay? So the coding, the frequency is going to create the physical matter, the physical manifestation. So until that is shifted, no matter if the matter is shifted through hustle and all of these things, they will go back to that same amount of debt over and over and over again. This is also where people get capped at like $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month or $100,000 a month or $1 million a month, whatever it is. That cap is created from this energetic frequency or a frequency fence, which we'll also be clearing in the 3D events. So if any of you are struggling with something similar, you can't get out of debt, or you get out of debt and then you manifest an unexpected expense that puts you back at the same level of debt, or if you are capped at 10K a month, 5K a month, 3K a month, 100K a month, whatever the cap is, this is created again by your energy field. And so the somatic work and the beliefs that are held in the body and in the field need to be shifted and alchemized to different beliefs somatically. This is what I'm trained in. This is what I've trained for years and years and years all around the world, somatic trauma healing. By the way, I really don't advise working with people who are not trained in trauma with somatic work. It can be a disaster. I have seen disasters. Do your due diligence. Anywho, so if you're struggling with any of those things, you're capped and you want to go beyond that cap, or if you're manifesting a similar amount of debt over and over and over again, that is because the energy is creating the matter. So we need to shift this in your energy body and your physical body with somatic work and energy work, which creates the blueprint for your reality, which creates the manifestation. Also, if you are harming your body in certain ways, like the way we eat food is typically correlated, or treat food, the relationship is typically very correlated with money. So I'll give you an example. A scarcity pattern that I grew up with was you have to finish everything before you leave the dinner table, because my guardian is Filipino and I love her, and there's a lot of starving people in the Philippines. So she's like, there's starving people in the Philippines. You can't leave till you finished eating. So it was like I would have to eat everything till I felt so full and like sick sometimes. And that's how I was with money at first, until I shifted that, which also shifted my relationship with food in a way that honors and nourishes in a way that honors my body. So now I don't need to finish every single thing before I leave the table. I can nourish my body and then stop eating, because I don't have that scarcity programming literally in my cells. Again, it was at a cellular level, an unconscious level in the body, in the energy field. I had to shift that somatically out of my body, out of my energy fields, and now I have a way better relationship with food and nourishing my body and my vessel, which is my connection to source, which is also, by the way, for those of you who want to amplify your channeling gifts, who want to amplify your connection to higher self, to source. Well, part of that is honoring your body. So by doing this work, that will also be a byproduct. Okay, the early bird price is open. We have a couple more free extra bonus healing activations with money for the next, I think, 4 people. So snag it, link in bio. Energy exchange is only $188 USD until April 8th, till it goes up to full price at $333. This is a live offering with Nicole and I. It is not pre-recorded. You will get the recordings for a month. We are so excited. It is going to be so powerful. So I will see more of you there. Links in bio, as I said. A very important piece, as I said, there was many pieces creating this depth field for this person, is that they don't trust themselves. There is a huge lack of self-trust, not just with money, but in general. So I'm seeing them like promising themselves they're gonna do things, and then they don't do them. They're promising themselves that they are, well, I'm not gonna out this situation, but anyways, basically when we create promises to ourselves, we don't keep them. What happens is we don't have self-trust. So if we don't have self-trust, then we are not going to trust ourselves with money. We're not going to trust ourselves with a business. We're not going to trust ourselves with an animal, a baby, or health, whatever it is. And therefore it's like the hot hand syndrome of like, oh, I can't be trusted. And other people are also not going to fully trust us, FYI. So we got tools for that. Join the 3-part series. We'll see you there.